students, welcome all of you in online lecture series of microprocessor and microcontroller. Today we are going to discuss the topic that is timing diagrams of 8085 microprocessor. Today is our 7th video lecture on microprocessor and microcontroller subject. My name is Pooja Subhash Rao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College, Aurangabad. Today we are going to discuss these topics and they are timing diagrams of 8085, important terms which is related to timing diagrams, what are the rules to identify the number of machine cycles in an instruction, then what is opcode fetch, then read and write timing diagram for memory and input output operation or memory read, then memory write timing diagram, IO read timing diagram and IO write timing diagram. Then we will see one by one. First of all, we have to know that what is mean by timing diagram and what is the use of timing diagram. Why we use this method in 8085 microprocessor. So it is the one of the best way to understand the process of microprocessor is timing diagram. Then with the help of the timing diagram we can understand the working of any system, which is step by step working of each instruction and its execution. Timing diagram is a graphical representation of process in steps with respect to the time. Also, the timing diagram represents the clock cycle and duration, delay, content of address bus and data bus and type of operation, that is read, write and status signal. Also, there are some important terms which is related to these timing diagrams. They are three types, that is instruction cycle, machine cycle and T state. So what is mean by instruction cycle? Instruction cycle is defined as a number of steps which is required by the CPU to complete the entire process, that is fetching and execution of the one instruction. Then the fetch and execute cycle which is carried out in synchronization with the clock. The next term is machine cycle. Machine cycle means what? It is the time which is required by the microprocessor to complete the operation of accessing the memory devices or input output devices. Also in machine cycle, various operations like opcode fetch, memory read, memory write, IO write, these operations are performed. Then third one is T state. T state is each clock cycle in timing diagram. This is known as T state. Then we will see what are the rules to identify the number of machine cycles in an instruction. Means while we designing a timing diagram for any system or any device, then we have to follow the rules while designing the timing diagram. Then what are these rules we will see. First rule is, if an addressing mode is direct or intermediate or implicit, then the number of machine cycles is equals to number of bytes. First of all, we need to understand what is machine cycle. Machine cycle is consist of the steps that a computer's processor execute whenever it receiving a machine language instruction. This is known as machine cycle. Then the number of machine cycles is equals to number of bytes. Next rule is, addressing mode is in indirect, then number of machine cycles is equals to number of bytes plus 1. When the add plus 1 to the number of machine cycle if it is a memory read or memory write operation is executing. Then third rule is if the operand is 8-bit or 16-bit address, then the number of machine cycles is equals to number of bytes plus 1. Then fourth rule is these rules are applicable to 80% of the instructions of 8085, means 100% rules are not applicable to 8085, but in that 80% rules are applicable to the instructions of 8085. Then here one diagram is shown. This is the timing diagram, which having the 4 cycles, that is T1, T2, T3 and T4. Then again repeatedly T1, T2, T3 and so on. First, that is T1 to T4 means what? Fetch cycle. This is known as fetch cycle. First of all, we know that what is the fetch cycle. Fetch cycle means what? The processor operates by the processing instruction in what is called the fetch or execute cycle. Fetch cycle or execute cycle is the same terms. The processor fetches read from memory an instruction and then depending on the instruction or execute it, means the fetch or execute cycle. Then the instruction cycle means what? Instruction cycle means what? It is also known as the fetch, decode, execute cycle, or simply the fetch execute cycle is the cycle that the central processing unit, means CPU, follows from boot up until the computer has shut down in order to process instructions, means instruction cycle. Then instruction cycle is IC is equal to FC plus EC. Instruction cycle combines the both cycles, that is fetch cycle FC and execute cycle EC, where instruction cycle is equal to fetch cycle FC plus execute cycle, means the formula is generated by of instruction cycle. Then we will see what is opcode fetch. Opcode fetch means what? The microprocessor requires instructions to perform any particular action, or in order to perform these actions, microprocessor utilizes opcode, which is part of an instruction. Then what are the instructions it performs? That is, which operation of microprocessor needs to perform is these types of instructions performed by the opcode fetch. Then we will see what is the operation of the opcode fetch. Then operation in T1 means during T1 state, microprocessor uses input output by M bar. M bar is what? Here opcode fetch is showing in T1, T2, T3 and T4, means M1. This is called M1 state or M1 bar. Then S0 and S1 signals are used to instruct microprocessor to fetch the opcode. Then when input output by M bar is equals to 0, means T1, T2, T3 and T4, these states are 0, then S0 is equals to S1 is equals to 1, means S0 and S1 shows the value is 1, which means what? It indicates the opcode fetch operation. Then during this operation, 8085 transmits 16-bit address and also uses arithmetic logic unit signal for address the latching. Then in T2 state, at T2 state, the microprocessor uses read signal and make data ready from the memory location to read opcode from the memory. At the same time, program counter, which is incremented by 1 and points next instruction to be fetched. Also in this state, the microprocessor checks ready input signal. If pin is at low logic levels, means at logic 0, then microprocessor adds wait state immediately between T2 and T3. Then switch to T3. At T3 state, microprocessor reads opcode and store it into instruction register to decode for the further. Then T4 state. During T4 state, microprocessor performs internal operation like decoding opcode and providing necessary actions. The opcode is decoded to know whether the T5 or T6 states are required. If they are not required, then microprocessor performs next operation. This is the operation of opcode fetch. Then we will start with the timing diagrams. First of all, we will see read and write timing diagram for memory and input output operation. Here memory read, timing diagram of memory read, which consists of 4 states T1, T2, T3 and T4. Then input output, what is the condition for this? Input output M bar is equals to 0. At that time S1 is equals to 1 and S0 is equals to 0. So how the operation of this timing diagram we will see. The main function of this timing diagram is to fetch 1 byte from the memory location. Also it required 3 states and it can be used to fetch operand or data from the memory. Then during T1 state, A8 to A15, which contains higher byte of addresses. At the same time, the arithmetic logic unit is also high. Therefore, lower bytes of addresses, means A0 to A7 registers, is selected from AD0 to AD7. Since it is memory ready operation, that is IO by M bar goes low in this state means T1 state. Then what is in T2 state? During T2 state, arithmetic logic unit goes to low, means logic 0, and RD bar goes to low, means both are at logic 0. Address is removed from AD0 to AD7 and data D0 to D7, which appears on the AD0 to AD7. Then during T3 state, the data remains on AD0 to AD7 till RD bar is at low signals, means AD0 to AD7 is at logic 0. The next one is the memory write. In figure you can see that the memory write timing diagram, it having 4 states T1, T2, T3 and T4, and it is operates in 3 states only. The condition for this memory write timing diagram is S1 is equals to 0 and S0 is equals to 1. Then we will see in detail. The main function of this state is to send 1 byte into memory. Also, as I told you, it requires in 3 states only. During T1 state, arithmetic logic unit is high and it contains lower addresses, that is A0 to A7 from AD0 to AD7. Then next one is A8 to A15 registers. It contains higher byte of addresses. As it is the memory operation of input output by M bar goes low, means IO by M bar is at logic 0. Then next is during T2 state. During T2 state, arithmetic logic unit goes low or WR bar also goes at low, means logic 0, then the address is removed from AD0 to AD7 and then data appears on the AD0 to AD7, means we will get output at the AD0 to AD7 when both the pins, that is WR bar and ALE, goes at logic 0. Also data remains on AD0 to AD7 till WR bar is low. Then next one is our input output read. You can see the diagram of input output read timing diagram. Also this having 4 states T1, T2, T3, T4, and the condition of operation is S1 is equals to 1 and S0 is equals to 0. Now we will see the operation in detail. The main function of this timing diagram is to fetch one byte from an input output port. Also it requires in 3 states only. During T1 state, the lower byte of input output address is duplicated into higher order address, that is A8 to A15. Arithmetic logic unit is high, means 1, and AD0 to AD7 contains addresses of input output device. Then input output M bar goes at high, means logic 1, and it is an input output operation. Then during T2 state, arithmetic logic unit goes low when the RD bar goes to low, means at logic 0, and data appears on the AD0 to AD7 as a input from the input output device. Then during T3, data remains on AD0 to AD7 till the RD bar is at logic 0 or low. The next one is our input output write. You can see the diagram of input output write timing diagram. Here also 4 states T1, T2, T3, T4, but the operation is only in 3 states, that is, and the condition for this is S1 is equals to 0 and S0 is equals to 1. Now we will see detailed operation. The main function of this input output timing diagram is to write 1 byte into input output device. Then it requires in 3 states only. During T1 state, the lower byte of address is duplicated into higher order address bus, that is A8 to A15. Then arithmetic logic unit is at high and A0 to A7 addresses is selected from the AD0 to AD7. It is an input output operation, that is IO by M bar goes at logic 0. Then during T2 state, arithmetic logic unit goes to low, means logic 0, then WR bar goes to logic 0, and data appears on the AD0 to AD7 to write the data into input output device. Then last state is T3 state. During T3 state, data remains on AD0 to AD7 till WR bar is at low, means logic 0. Here we have studied all the timing diagrams of 8085. So if you have any doubt, you can contact me. Till then, thank you very much.